Jesus. Hi, guys. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and I am a mukbanger. What does mukbanging mean? It means that I eat on camera normally, but over the last, mm, I say over the last month, my channel has been more about different topics in the mukbang community. So I've been doing reaction videos on the other content creators in my sector, which is mukbanging, which is eating on camera. And if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to my channel, okay? Ooh, child. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, I done tagged all y'all folks in this video because I really want to get down to business tonight. Okay? I woke up to a couple of emails and I went to bed early, okay? Because over New Year's and me doing all this hair and then New Year's and then celebrating with my family and Christmas and all that, I'm tired. So I went to bed early. So actually it is super early in the morning. Y'all got me up at approximately 3:30 a.m. and I'm wide open, plenty of energy. I done brushed my teeth and put some lip gloss on, or no, Carmax. And now we're going to get into it. So I've watched all the content that I needed to watch. And I got a lot to say, and I'm going to slow it down so I can get it all into this video. Okay? I'm going to try. Because to be quite honest with you guys, I heard a lot. I saw a lot. And I'm feeling a lot, okay? Now, from my Scorpio GPS, it's a lot going on inside of me from what I heard, okay? And also from my healed part of me and learning how to rightly divide between my heart chakra, my emotions, my life GPS, which is my intuition and my light guide, and then navigating here in my mental space. Okay? Because you're dealing with boom, boom, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? And I like to be down here in this life GPS place, down here where my intuition is. Because I've learned how to trust it down here, y'all. Down there in the gut area. I've learned how to trust it and get away from this so much. Because this right here, and sometimes this will throw you off. Okay? So by saying that, I got a lot of things to say, and y'all gonna let me know what you think about it, but I'm gonna say it, okay? Because I need to. You know, I've been called to, we call this the deep lane. Okay, so let's start off with the Ellie situation. And the panel with Carla was on the panel, and I'm trying to figure out, it's not the Boys Stop Capping panel, Carla, it's the other one. I'm trying to, and I don't know who it was who was letting you speak, but you spoke a lot. I don't know what their position was on the LA situation. So basically, the talk is about Dalvin allegedly being down low. And Ellie speaking her truth. And I've talked about what I think about that. Ellie has a right to speak her truth. Ellie is bringing awareness to the situation that we're dealing with in our world today with African American women. And I've heard these stats before I knew anything about Dalvin, Ellie, YouTube, you know what I'm saying, this YouTube sector. Before that, I've heard stats saying that heterosexual women are coming down with STDs and HIV because now people are more sexually fluid, and that the black men are on the down low for the biggest part, because I really think that white men embrace their sexuality, and white people in general are just more fluid when it comes to sexuality. So they're able to speak to the person that they're dealing with and tell them, you know, I'm bisexual, or, you know, I have sex with men and women, and their partner know it. And but the thing about white people, and y'all, you know, just know with me when I'm talking, you'll never know where I'm going to turn, okay? Because that's just how this works, okay? But when it comes to white people, they're more, in my opinion, they're just more open about things, and a lot more judgmental, non-judgmental when it comes to that. And so there's no need to be down low, you know? So Carla, when I was listening to you talk on the panel about Ellie, and you know, Ellie is hurt, and you know, her life has been put at stake, in because she said it was the most scariest thing. And then Carla, you also said that that people don't understand that when you are waiting for the doctor to tell you whether or not you have been infected with a disease, then the things that your mind goes through, and that actually you can have symptoms to manifest in your body, Carla, because I know about that. I had a client one time. I told y'all I've been doing hair for 32 years. So the amount of women that I have conversed with over the years are many. Having intimate conversations with so many different women about everything. So I reached back in my memoir, in my mental space, and I thought about my client who almost lost her mind. Actually, she was facilitated because she was so afraid. When she found out through paperwork, she married this man, and one day, going through some paperwork in the house, not that she was looking for anything, she found papers saying that his wife died with HIV, but she didn't have it. But anyway, it put her in such a mental state that when she went to the doctor, they did testing, and they told her they would have to do a series of tests for years. I think at that time, that back in those days, because it's been a long time, it's been about 20 years ago. So she would test ever so often for about a year. And so for a year, she was scared to death and told herself that she had it. And the doctor was telling her after 3, 4 months, 6 months, that she didn't. And so she manifested all the symptoms of somebody with HIV because she was so scared. And then she was facilitated for a while. She had to go into a mental institution because she couldn't let go of all of the fear, which is Black people's biggest problem. In my opinion, we are intoxicated most of the time with fear, which is an emotion. And y'all know how I am over here on this channel, because we talk about, we talk about our emotional intelligence. We talk about a lot of stuff, and especially this mental space. So all of this stuff that I've seen about these panels and stuff, it's just a lot going on. I got a lot to say, and I'm just getting started. But the lady was so afraid that she manifested the symptoms in her body. She broke out with rashes. She had a horrible rash. It was everywhere. It wasn't HIV. This woman is free from HIV. She stayed with the man because he didn't get it, because the wife was cheating, and he had stopped having sex with her. And so he didn't have it. My client didn't have it, but she had all the symptoms of it because she couldn't rest her mind. Okay. And this is that's what I want to, the mind area is what I want to talk about at the end of this video, because all this stuff is giving me, all this stuff that I'm watching you guys with these panels. And I'm going to go ahead and say to you all, don't invite me on no panel. I'm not coming. I don't do groups and panels. I don't do that. I don't see, I just, no, it's a no. Okay, let me go on. So, Carla, the DL situation in the African American culture is a problem. It's really bad. Now, see, we don't tell grown people what to do with their bodies. They can do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? If one of my sons came to me, I got 3, and said that they were attracted to men, then that would just be their business. But I would say to them, if any given point in time you decide that you want to date a woman too, you disclose that information to her. You let her know and give her the choice. Because a lot of times in our culture, being gay is such a fear and a phobia. And it carries such a negative stigma to it that people are on the down low because of that. They're on the down low because they believe that being gay is an abomination. They believe that it's the most horrendous thing in the world. And therefore, they keep it on the down low, especially African American men, because they don't want to be associated with being a faggot, a sissy, a punk, and being soft. But you love who you love, in my opinion. Okay? The problem comes in is when you sneaking and you doing the most, and then you going back and being with a woman, and then you got all this foolishness going on, infecting people with these diseases that's going to affect your life gravely. Now, it's nowadays it's not going to kill you. Not now. It's right along the lines of diabetes, to be honest, and some of the other diseases, food diseases that we deal with because of the medications and all of that. But what I'm saying is this. The issue is coming in here with you sneaking and geeking, and you being nasty, and you're doing things in the dark because you cannot accept and what we talk about this all the time. You can't accept your reality. So deal with it. Deal with it. Silly. It's silly to me. And I'm watching my tone, because as I watch some of them panels, y'all are triggering. Y'all need to get y'all emotions together. Even though it's a serious situation, it's very serious, because you're talking about having your quality of life changing. Because when you're sick, and you fighting off diseases and you trying to live your best life, it's not so good. You know what I mean? It's challenging for the people probably, with HIV who talk about it, But as we can see nowadays, because y'all know we about 30 years down the road from how it first started. And I'm not trying to make light of the disease. Cancer is 10, 20 times worse, because with HIV, you can live a lot longer. With cancer take little bitty children out of here and they gone. Innocent babies who hadn't had sex with nobody. They just come down with cancer. So, y'all govern yourselves accordingly. And I think I'm done with that. I think I might go back to it. These panels were triggering, I'm telling you. Too much emotion. You cannot adequately express yourself and get your point across when you've lost control, and when you're screaming and hollering and stuff and talking loud, and it's just too much. Now, Ellie, in fear, I believe. She was in fear of her life. And she was angry. Emotion. You know what I'm saying? We're very much emotion phobic, especially as African American people. And the emotion that we love to operate in most of the time is anger. And then we are plagued by fear. So, you know, we're going to be dealing with those things over here on this channel. We're going to be checking into, because see, when you're dealing with anger and fear like that on that kind of level, then it's going to mess up your heart chakra. And so you'll be speaking from fear. You'll be speaking from fear and anger instead of being able to communicate in the way that you need to in order to get your points across. And so on these panels, that's what I've been noticing. I've been noticing things like that on the panel. And then getting back to this topic that we were saying, I said, I don't know if I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to go back in here too with people. Okay, so when it comes to being condemned about your sexual preference, folks, what people need to do is you got to see if you're a man or woman or boy or child, whoever that's listening to me, you got to check into that and get that situation straightened out, because people's lives are being altered greatly behind somebody making a decision to be closeted and doing the damn most. So get that situation straightened out, because that's not cool. It's not. But there's another culture. Y'all, this live gonna be long. This video gonna be long. This video might end and I might have to go on my phone and create more space. But there's a culture of women, Carla, I'm saying this to you, who don't mind their man sleeping with the same gender. They don't mind it. It's a big culture. I would put this culture in age group of 23 to 33. They don't mind it at all. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on. This is the deep lane. We are looking at things from many of different perspectives, okay? Because it's important. My goal for you guys is to understand that you are orchestrating your quality of life. You are orchestrating that. You just got to figure out what you feel about things, what you think about things, how you feel about things, and then down below, why do you feel the way you do, and then what you going to do about it, okay? For the time, for the life lease that you have in your body, okay? Because we were not born to live inside this body forever. It's a life lease. And the quality of life is important. So I want you to check into that. Okay? We're the deep lane. We're trying to look at things from, different perspectives. All right. So let's deal with ooh, child, Lord have mercy. Q came through the door over there. Oh yeah, and so yeah, that panel was Boys Stop Capping and Q over there. Cause I feel like Boys Stop Capping, I feel like you rock with Q and so do I. But I already said it. I like Q, I like Ellie, and I like Beloved's Life. And I'm too bold to kiss anybody's ass, so this ain't what that's about. Sure don't do that at all. But listen, because I listen to all y'all's stuff that y'all say on these panels. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't do that. I literally give because I don't look at things in terms of black and white. And a lot of you guys, y'all do. You look at things like, oh, this person is either good or they bad, when the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, that we are both good and both bad. So let's get in here and let's talk about, Truth hurts. Y'all, I need to plug my phone in. Hold on. Truth hurts in her panel, and Q comes up on the panel. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Gotta reach for my charger. Y'all got me up in the wee hours of the night. We talking and doing the most, okay? But that's how you're supposed to talk now. I thank God for y'all. I hope y'all thank God for me. Okay, listen. Y'all, I'm redoing my hair too. I'm not quite finished. Okay, so okay. I had to gather my thoughts. Now, Q comes in on Truth Hurts panel. And Q had spoke on Truth Hurts' mom and her son. Now, we know all of what's going on with Q because my videos are going through the roof as I have done my commentary on Q. Okay, on what she has uploaded. Ooh, let me sit up a little bit, y'all. So Q comes through the door, and I think there are three people. There's Truth on the panel, there's a man on the panel, and then there's another lady on the panel. And Q comes through the door, and she's pissed. Q is mad because she's saying that, why y'all talking about me every day? Why are y'all talking about me? And then she comes in basically out of control. She's coming from here, from that heart space with that anger, and then she's coming from here, meaning that she was thinking, okay, you talk about me, then I'm gonna talk about you, and I'm gonna say whatever I want about you because I see you saying whatever you want about me, and you're doing it every day. She said every day. Truth Hurts said no, that's not true. She said she's not talking about Q every day, but Q is speaking in terms of she's exaggerating because she's angry. And see, I talked to y'all about that anger. You got to get that anger under control. You know, all of us, me too, I can get very angry. You know, I'm a Scorpio. I understood a lot of where Q was when she came through the door, how she felt and all, because I put myself in her shoes. You know, a lot of times what we need to do as content creators and commentators and people who do commentary is to try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You know what I mean? Even if you are commentating on that person, it'd be a good thing if you just take the time to see if you can put yourself in their shoes, not just here, but emotionally too. So she comes through the door, she's upset. Excuse me, y'all. She's upset, so she comes, you know, starting some crap. Y'all, I was fried some chicken. Y'all see that? Yeah, and the grease popped all over me. But anyway, she was mad and talking about Truth's son who died. I think he was murdered. Because Truth said at the end of the video, she said, y'all don't come for her talking about that because it doesn't hurt her anymore, you know? But the thing is that when people fight, they fight. People use whatever they can. Because generally, if somebody is angry, then they're going to do what they need to do to make you angry. And that's just how it is. You don't tell people how to fight. Like, people fight. You do whatever you, like in a fight, you just fight. There are no rules. You know what I mean? Especially when you're fighting in the streets. There are no rules. You just fight to win. So Q came through the door to win. And she was winning. You know? She was saying, what kind of disease do I have? Since you're saying that I have a disease, what kind of disease do I have? And so Truth said, I didn't say that. I don't remember saying that. And the people on the panel said that Truth didn't say that. And then she said later on she could have said it, at one point or another, but she didn't remember saying that. And so that's what Q's thing was. I'm saying this about, and then Q said when I talked about your son, I'm just saying anything. I'm trying to hurt you because you're hurting me. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. Truth hurts the panel, y'all, guys. She came over, well, allegedly, she came over in my comment section, but she didn't sound like she was hurt. She came over there, poking. Like, Cheryl Grabowski, why is it any of your business? You need to tend to your business. It's giving desperate. It's giving bitter, and she had laughing emojis everywhere. Because they say, the people in my comment section says that Mike Donald is cute. I don't know, but it's giving playful, childish, annoyed, I'm going to poke you back is what it's giving when she came in my comment section. So, but when she was over on Truth Hurts channel, it was more of, leave me alone. You're hurting me. I'm hurt. I'm hurt by what's being said over here and what's being done. And Truth goes on to say, and by the way, I think I've gone to your channel, Truth, maybe once or twice. And I listened to a little bit of what was going on. But this time I listened to the entire show, the whole thing. And it was triggering, to be quite honest. It's almost like I said in the beginning, with this heart chakra space and this here. It's too much for me. For me. Because of, see, I everything that's going on, a lot of things that I saw on your channel, Truth Hurts. Excuse me, y'all. It's early in the morning and draining. My voice is heavy. So, it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock. So everything that I saw and heard, and even with Boy Stop Capping to panel and the way that y'all do things, is just triggering for me. You know what I'm saying? I remember spending a lot of time with my cousin. We'd be under the carport in the summertime, drinking Coronas and listening to music and talking about our childhood and things that we that we were emotionally bothered by. Our traumas and our triggers, y'all know the big T's and the little T's. Yeah, that's what we talk about over here on my channel. That means let me explain this. I need some water. Okay, so the big T's, this is what I learned. I learned this. I'm not a psychiatrist, but this is what I learned. So the big T's are the traumas, the things that happen to us that have affected our mental, emotional place in us. The trauma, the event that happened. Then we got the little T, that's the trigger. That's the emotion that comes out. And so when somebody in our present day is doing something, or we see something, or we hear something, or we smell something, or we sense something, or somebody is going through something that we have gone through, then it rubs up against our trigger. But technically it's coming from our trauma that's unresolved, That means that whatever that thing is, and y'all think y'all can pray it away, but it don't work like that. That trauma ain't going nowhere. Because as soon as you get angry, it's going to manifest. Every time. Every time. And that's why I can't do a panel. Because I've dealt with my traumas and I'm dealing with my traumas. And I'm not interested in having my whole system go crazy on YouTube. I'm not interested in my heart beating fast and my blood pressure going up. And I'm doing all kinds of things to my body. You know what I'm saying? Willingly for YouTube. I'm not doing that. So I will not do a panel. Ain't no way. Because on panels, you got 2 or 3 people generally asking questions and coming at somebody. It's giving me gang. And see, I don't like groups and gangs like that. It's giving me bullying. It's giving me that. And like I said, I did my commentary on Q. And I said in another video, if Q wanted to have a conversation with me, she can call my phone and we can talk. Or we can email. But getting up on a panel and doing the most, no, we're not doing that. It reminds me of being under my cousin's carport and having those dead conversations. Because I've had trauma therapy and it was expensive. It was expensive. To have somebody to get with me and navigate through my sensory nervous system, my chakra, my brain, and downright into my gut and in my tuition and go in there and dig that shit up. Dig it up to the point where there are a lot of things on television I do not watch anymore. I do not dig around in the trash can. I don't. I don't. When I say that some of y'all need trauma therapy so bad because of what you have gone through and you think that you can pray it away, it's not going anywhere. Q came through the door. She was triggered. And then there was a lot of other triggering going on. And then Q, if you get to this video, listen to me, and I'm going to tell you this here. And this is for free. And if y'all know Q, y'all email her, whatever. Email her and tell her what I said, please. What I'm about to say. Don't you dare go on a panel to defend yourself. Because everybody got a right to defend themselves. Don't you dare go on a channel to defend yourself and then and argue and point fingers and call names and then ask for forgiveness. Don't you? You about to trigger me. Don't you dare do that ever. Ever. There was a time in my life where I would have done that. There was a time in my life when I would have done that because at the root of me, I want to get along with people. You know, I can feel you, Q. You really didn't have any hate. You didn't. You're just, in my opinion, and some of you all have said to me, Cheryl Grabowski, Q is a narcissist. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. The panel, when she went up on that panel, and I listened to all of what I listened to over there on that panel, Q ain't no narcissist. Q is, in my opinion, she's not a narcissist because she would have never gave, she would have never, she would have never put herself in a position to allow, to give them control. Never. She'd have never been that vulnerable if she was a narcissist. And you can believe that. Never. It wouldn't have happened that way. It wouldn't have happened that way. She would have gave them some type of word salad. They all would have been confused. She would have exploited every one of them. She would have digged up the worst dirt that she had about them. And she got in there a little bit, but she couldn't hold her ground when she talked about Truth Hurt's son. And she said to the other man that he didn't believe in God. Okay. So she was fighting like a Scorpio fight. But if she was a Scorpio narcissist, there is no way that would have happened. I'm not saying that Q is an empath. I'm not going to say that because I don't know. But in my opinion, she's not a narcissist. Absolutely not. Because that wouldn't have happened. It just wouldn't have. I see, in my opinion, Q as somebody who has traumas and issues unresolved. Q, listen to me, baby. Listen to me. You about the same age as my daughter. She just turned 29. You have money. You can afford this. Okay? Find you. If you need some resources, I could give you some resources. You need somebody who's good. Not just no regular schmegular counselor. No. Because see, basically, I've been in therapy, well, counseling and being counseled all my life because I have fantastic clients and we talk. Sometimes y'all think, oh, you just need to talk about it. You need somebody to talk to. That's just like being sick. So like you having a really thick wound or cut and you got some peroxide. But actually, you need to go to the hospital. You need them to clean it out. You need them to cut away the skin that's already decaying because you about to get an infection. You need them to, they need to give you some strong antibiotics and you need to be sewn up. So talking is the beginning stages. That's all. You're not going to be healed by having conversations with people. You need somebody who is licensed. No, let me take that back. You need somebody who, because there are a lot of people that are licensed that are no good. You need somebody who can facilitate your possibly CPTSD, childhood post-traumatic syndrome, which is PTS, but with the C on it, in my opinion, childhood trauma. You need somebody possibly who can navigate you through maybe EFT, because I had that done as well. That's visiting memories, especially childhood memories in your past, and being able to navigate you through it using tapping and other things so that you can go, so they can go up in there and get that memory and that experience of emotion and pull it out. Get it out of there. And see, because Q, you can afford it. A lot of y'all need that. Carla, in my opinion, you need it too. Don't y'all get mad at me about this video. Y'all know I said that this is the deep lane. You know I said it. I'm serious. There's no way that I would go up on a panel. There's no way. The panel remind me of being at my cousin's house under the carport. I got so sick of it. I don't want to have no more conversations about my childhood or any other experience in my life with regular schmegular people. I don't want it. It ain't going to do you no good. It's just like playing around in the dumpster. When you get out that dumpster, you're going to be stinking. And you're going to keep on going to the dumpster because we don't realize that we have pent up, unresolved emotions that need to go. These emotions need to process through your body and get out of there because they are trapped. They are trapped in you guys. I know what I see when I see y'all. They are trapped. These emotions are trapped. Y'all are having conversations for no reason. And Q, in my opinion, find you somebody, girl. Because what I heard in you and how you tried to turn that conversation around and how you tried to relate and to minister. You tried to hurt. You tried. And it fell. It fell to the dung, so to speak. You can't do that. You can't in one word, but see, that's how we are. That's how we are though. We do that. That's how we roll. In one sentence, you all mad, discombobulated, crazy, and triggered in trauma, in my opinion. And then once you get it off your chest, then here you come with the apologies and all of that. You can't do that. I wouldn't go up on a panel and, because see, everything I say, I mean, I'm not going to apologize to you. And because I know how to take a deep look into people, I wouldn't do a panel because if I get angry, then it's going to be some bad stuff that's going to happen. And I might release words that you can't let go. I might put a hex around your neck that you can't take off. Because I can look so deep into your situation and into you. Not just because I'm a Scorpio, but because for one thing, I'm gifted. That's for one. And I always have been. But through my traumas and different things that happened to me, I didn't trust myself. So I could see my vision is pristine. I always have been. And God knows what I feel is amazing. You know what I'm saying? When I feel into a person, when I'm around them and what I feel, and you know, it works on video too. So, Q, don't you never, this, in my opinion, that's why I'm doing the video so early this morning, because I'm just like, this is, I feel like chewing on nails. It was awful. Those panels, that fighting, that people just doing the most. Just doing the most. Y'all doing the most. Y'all are doing the most. Don't invite me to no panel. I'm not going. Because I don't see the point in it. Q, hire you someone who can navigate you through childhood trauma. Start there and come on up. You are amazing from what I saw. I saw your potential in the conversation. I saw it. You do have a heart for people and you do want to help. You are not a narcissist, in my opinion. You are not. You're just damaged, hurt, with strong issues and all that kind of stuff. That's what you are. But you're not damned. And you're not. Some people can't be fixed. Some people can't be fixed. They're not going to be fixed. Nowadays, you have narcissists who are self-aware. That means that they can do and still do most of the thing that narcissists do. But they are aware. They teach other people the game. They teach other people what it's like to be a grown person, but just be about 8 years old emotionally. They teach other people what it's like. They tell you how they exploit others, how they'll get you riled up to drain the emotion out of you, and that feeds them. They teach you about that. They teach you about how narcissists gaslight and manipulate, because they have to do that because they need your energy so bad. They teach you about that. They teach you about how narcissists live a double life. They teach you about that because a lot of times they have deep unresolved issues. Okay? And such a grave personality flaw that they can't pull up out of it. They are damaged and they will die that way. But they can be self-aware. They can be even taught cognitive empathy, meaning they can't feel for others the way that they feel for themselves. They just can't. They won't be able to put themselves in another person's shoes emotionally because they can't. But they can be taught cognitively what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? They can be taught cognitively, like what emotion is appropriate with certain situations. Like when this happens, what do I supposed to do? Like when my friend comes to me and say that their mother just died and I can't feel anything for the friend or the mother. I don't feel anything, but I know that I'm supposed to console a person and say, I'm so sorry for you, but I can't feel it. See, the narcissist can't feel for you. Q. You had no business, in my opinion, telling the panel that, I think you were talking to Truth, that you just had no business doing that, Q. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever. You need some help. You need some help. Because what we say and do needs to be deliberate. If I was to have a conversation with one person and I need to tell them to speak my truth to them, I'm not going to backtrack in that same conversation. There is no way. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm going to do what I set out to do, and that's going to be it. But I feel like your issues and your immaturity, and also I feel like your heart, because I felt you. I felt you. See, a lot of times, y'all, and I told y'all this video was going to be long. I told y'all that. See, there's a difference between a person feeling hurt and reacting because of their pain. There's a difference. And then you got this other person who can be malicious and cold and can speak things to hurt a person just cause. Let me deal with this too. I hope this video makes sense to y'all, and I hope y'all can get something out of it. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Because this video serves for many different things. For one big thing, it lets you know who I am and what I'll do and what I won't do and what I think. I don't do panels. I just don't. And I really don't do groups because this is enough. I come to YouTube and I share my life and my commentary and all of that. I think that's enough. If you email me, we can talk back and forth. Not a problem. But panels, no. And it's not that I'm a punk of any sort, because yeah, I'm not. But yeah. So I wanted to end by saying I tell people all the time. I tell my daughter, because she's a very logical female, right? And she said, but Mama, I just speak the truth. And I tell her, just because it's